ye scallywags, and welcome to the Portent Kast. I'm Lila, your dungeon keeper and host. The Portent Kast is a queer, female, and non-binary actual play show where we will be playing TTRPGs of all sorts, and you are tuning into episode 4 of our newest season, A Parlous Voyage. You can keep updated with the podcast and anything we do, TTRPGs, by following us over on Twitter at the Portent Kast. And you can watch episode clips both here on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. If you want to keep updated with episodes of the Portent Kast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Without further ado, let's introduce the cast.
Hello, I am Kristen, and I play Pretty Boy Vernon, or aka Porky.
Hi, I'm Star, and I play Creepy Girl Mariana, aka Mariana, the Banshee.
Hi, I'm Carolee, and I play Talara.
Hello, I'm Ezra, and I play Ether.
Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I play Fire Mommy Serafina, aka the Blaze.
Alrighty, let's get into this week's episode of A Parlous Voyage. Our pirate crew has slowly gotten to know one another over the 2 weeks voyage from the port city of Nymir to the Shawheller Trench in the middle of the Laurel Ocean. They sparred, gambled, and even sailed through their first rough storm. But despite that, there were personal quarrels the crew had to deal with, the biggest of which was a memory wipe of both Vernon and Talara after she probed a little too far into his mind. But after that dilemma, the captain called everyone onto the top deck, since they had arrived about a mile outside of the Shawheller Trench, where you guys took the dive to figure out the next clue to Raganor's lost treasure. And that's where we pick up, as you have all begun to investigate the trench when Captain Torp was speared with a trident, and we start at the top of the round with Vernon. So,
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Vernon's going to Eldritch Blast that hoe.
What hoe?
Because
You don't know where this hoe is.
I don't know where the hoe is, but I'm gonna send a blast in that general hoe direction anyway.
Okay, go ahead and make a spelled range attack with disadvantage, since you don't know where that hoe is.
Would I be able to say that I am next to him because I was telling him about what at the end of the last episode, I swam up to him and told him what was going on before he got speared? Like I was talking to him? Okay.
You can be right there.
Cool.
You guys
That's
do
just
know the general direction of where it came from was over here.
Wait, where?
There. Kind of like over in like this kind of direction. Kind of around the bend.
Okay, so yeah, since it's 120 feet, I'm definitely going to do that. And it's just a regular d20?
Correct. Plus your spell attack modifier.
Ooh, that 14? And then it's disadvantage.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a 9.
You release your Eldritch Blast, which has this almost very acidic-like impact. But as it shoots through the water, it goes the entire 120 feet without hitting anything until it dissipates in the water. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
Kind of swimming after Torp.
Okay. You can go ahead and move up to 15 feet.
Cool.
So keep in mind, guys, underwater combat, your speed is reduced unless you have a swimming speed, and all melee attacks are at disadvantage unless they're with a thrown weapon. But with
And that'll be on my turn.
Okay, that brings it to Twerp. You see, he turns around, and as he's turning around, he rips the trident from his back and goes and throws it at what he thinks is the attacker. He hits it for 12 points of piercing damage, as you guys, as the location of this creature is revealed to you. Right there. And you can see it's almost like very deep blue-green blood beginning to sift upward in the water. Torp is going to need to get on the right object layer, and is going to move over this way. That brings it to Ether. Marin is on deck.
So I'm gonna use my air genasi ability, Mingle with the Wind, to cast Levitate. And then I'm gonna move the whole way toward guy. And then
Okay, that is your action and movement.
hmm.
What are you doing with your bonus, if anything?
I will. You know what? I'll just not do anything, and that will be my turn.
Okay. As you swim forward and you get through this little part in the seaweed, you see this creature for the first time. It's a very fish-like humanoid. It has a very almost reptilian fish-like face. Has lots of gills. And has what looks to be like torn clothing on it. That's your turn. That brings it to enemy's turn. Since it's right in front of you, it's going to take its spear that it has. It's going to attack you. Does a 19 hit. Alrighty. You take 8 points of piercing damage as it goes and shoves the spear, just kind of jabs it at you. And it's going to swim away just a little bit, so you do get an attack of opportunity if you would like to take it either. You are muted if you were talking.
I was. I'll do that with my rapier.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage.
Actually, I'll do it with my venom dagger instead.
Okay. Are you throwing or are you just stabbing?
It's just stabbing.
Okay, then at disadvantage.
18?
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Okay, and then 2 damage, and then has to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that is a 14.
I don't think that saves, but let me double check. But if it's written right there, yeah, that doesn't save, so he's going to take 2d10 poison damage and then also be poisoned for 1 minute.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage.
15.
Whoa, how much damage? Sorry?
15.
Okay. You go
15?
and you stab at this creature as it's beginning to swim away, and you see and you can feel the venom pulse into this creature. and you can see as black necrotic veins begin to shoot out over its face before it exhales and begins drifting upwards towards the top of the sea, dead.
Oh shit! And also for reference, how much damage did he do to me?
He did 8 piercing.
Okay.
But that brings it to Marin's turn. She is just going. She doesn't see any enemies at the moment. So she's just going to use her movement and action, as well as her bonus action, to move 45 feet from where she was. 7. Alrighty, she's kind of almost caught up with Twerp at the moment. That brings it to Mariana. What are you doing? You see the only enemy currently is drifting up towards the ocean surface.
I would like to look around and try to perceive any more enemies in the area.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, you do see, let me reveal some more of the area. Why did it do that? Okay, you do see, movement over here, kind of in that far corner, as well as, I'll move those up in a second. Why is it not letting me? Okay, dang it. Okay, you see them kind of up closer to where I revealed that area from the fog cloud. You do see 2 different movements there.
Okay. And can I kind of deduce if they mean us harm? I kind of assume they do, considering we just got attacked suddenly.
It looks to be, you can't really make out exactly what it is. You can just see the movement there. But it does seem, at least movement-wise, similar to the creature that is currently floating up towards the top of the ocean.
Okay. Then I'm going to move forward. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash to move the full 30.
Okay.
Up to, I don't think it'll be. 5, 10, like here-ish.
Okay. Remove your token.
And as I'm going, I'm kind of yelling out where the others are, and I'm trying to see the distance that I am from them now if I'm up here. 45 feet. What is my crossbow's range? What does it say? Oh, well, okay, that's don't get, 80 to 320. So can I shoot them?
Yeah, it's within the first range. So you can shoot them.
Okay. I'll just yell out that they're there, and then I'll shoot this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually roll for that. I'm not gonna do the roll 20, whatever it was, even though it was better. 16.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That does 10 piercing damage.
Okay. You yell out that they are kind of there's 2 enemies further ahead, and you aim and shoot out at the crossbow. You aim and shoot the crossbow, and it punctures its shoulder, and you can see the still like almost dark green blood beginning to ooze out of it, and you can see it kind of hunkers down in that area, and kind of just almost has like this very almost evil, malicious grin on its face. But that brings it to Talara's turn. What are you doing?
So as a bonus action, I'm gonna move my dancing lights. I'll like form them into like one massive ball. Because they were already out, so I'm just gonna use the bonus action to move them in the direction that Mariana had said that it was.
Right.
And then I want to make sure I'm close enough. I guess I'll use some of my movement to swim closer. 15 feet. I'll go move just behind, I guess, Vernon.
Okay. And then once you move into this kind of area, you are able to see those two enemies there.
Okay. Just out of range. Okay. Oh no, I'll go ahead and cast Magic Missile.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Mm-hmm. So that's 3, 5. That's 11 damage.
Okay. And which one were you aiming for?
The one. So I moved the ball, the single ball to the my market, the one on the right, I guess.
Okay.
I don't
Alright.
know if I can mark it.
Yeah, you guys watch as what does your magic missile look like?
Similar to the dancing lights, just kind of a deep ocean, like the dark deep ocean blue, and just kind of like wispy, and they just like form around her.
Yeah, you see as they form around her and then shoot directly out towards that one creature there. It takes the damage. And as you do that, you see as the one that you just hit says something in some sort of language, and you see as 3 of the kind of like surrounding sharks that are in the area begin to swarm and dive down towards Mariana and Torp. Okay. 1 hits Torp, 1 hits Mariana. Mariana, you take 6 points of piercing damage, and Torp takes 5, as these sharks go down, bite at you, and then swim back upwards. I don't have tokens for them, but just let me know.
Question. Mariana, my internet's going in and out. Mariana's not within 5 feet of me, is she?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Alright. That ends their turn. That brings it to Seraphina. What are you doing?
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to start Blade Song. And then, so I now have a bonus to my AC, and my walking speed also increases by 10 feet. And then to add on to that, I'm also going to cast Alter Self, and I'm going to become aquatic. And so I just start growing like red and orange gills and webbing between my fingers. And so now I can breathe underwater, and my swimming speed is equal to my walking speed, which is now 40.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you take any movement forward?
Yes, I'm going to go 40 forward. So I'm back here. And can you move me 40, like, to be... Is it possible to be closer towards Mariana?
Yeah.
Okay. Within 5 feet, if possible.
If possible. Sure.
Holding her bleeding shark shoulder.
And they weren't like super big sharks. They were like smaller sharks. So.
I understand we're in your home. People call it shark infested, but that's rude. You just live here. I understand.
And that'll end my turn.
Alrighty. That ends Seraphina's turn. That brings it back up to Vernon. What are you doing?
Cool. I am going to use bonus action to get right by Torp if I can. My movement and bonus action. And then
you cannot use a bonus action. You don't have that ability. You are not a rogue anymore.
God dang it! Mariana's stealing my bonus actions. Cool. Then it's 15 feet.
Correct.
Then I'm going to go like still kind of by Torp, and then I think that still should be 60 feet. Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm going to use Acid Splash at the one that's like
Okay, go ahead.
parallel in the rocks.
Do I have to roll anything, or do you have to roll something?
I'm going to roll. You have to make a dexterity saving throw, and if you fail it, you take... Oh, hang on. A target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage.
Okay, they fail. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Ooh. Wait, no, that's wrong die. 1d6. That's 5. Cool.
If you're level 5, should it be 2d6 since you're level 5?
I am not level 5. 6.
5.
Level 5 is with your character, not your.
Oh, multi-class. Sorry.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Is with your character, not your classes.
Oh, so
Cantrips level up with yourself, not your classes.
so that's actually 2d6.
Correct.
Cool. So that's 9 in total.
Alrighty. You go ahead and this acid splashes out towards this creature. You can see it beginning to burn some of its gills, and it almost kind of like clambers backwards. Is that your entire turn?
Yep.
Alrighty, that
I
brings
don't have a bonus action.
That brings it to Torp. He is going to. Let me move him, please. Thank you. He's going to move 15 feet in that direction, and he's going to take out his rapiers. He's not close enough to anyone. He's going to move another 15 feet up towards this guy, and that's all he can do for his turn. That brings it to Ether. What are you doing?
I was just like, what am I doing? I guess I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet. Like here. And then I'm just gonna hold my action until, like, if any enemies come within range.
Okay. And you guys see as Ether kind of moves, instead of like normal, like just wind breeze with levitate, it's almost like, kind of like a propeller of like water bubbles kind of shooting them out towards that direction. But that brings it
Ether starting to move forward.
I would say it's not just their butt area, it's their entire person is being moved over, but sure. You guys, let me get that area revealed. You guys watch as you see another one of these figures kind of approach after out from behind one of these like very brass metal looking kind of like canisters, large canisters, and you can see it has this almost like coral like mace, and it magic begins to kind of like swirl around it, and they begin chanting in a language that I don't think any of you guys understand. And you guys watch as up here on this kind of edge above the trench, the magic shoots out towards that and begins lifting up what looks to be bones. And you watch and see as this large shark skeleton shoots out from the sand and becomes animated. And you see they shout out once it's done, and this shark skeleton begins diving towards your guys' crew. What is its movement? Moves this far to towards you guys as it begins kind of delving down deeper in. But that brings it to Marin's turn. Marin looks over towards that and is like, oh fuck, okay, what can I do? And then takes out moves kind of up here and takes out her crossbow and goes to shoot at the dead skeleton. And hits for 7 points of piercing damage. And then is going to use their bonus action to move another 15 feet up that way towards Torp. And that brings it to Mariana. What are you doing? Or Talara,
What's
you're
up,
on deck.
squad? I am going to move with action and bonus action 30 feet to like here-ish.
Okay.
Try to get close. Yeah. I'm swimming kind of in front of a little bit up to get in between the two where the two are, and I'm gonna aim at the one that casts something. And I am going to do the crossbow again just because I'm out of range for anything else. But the magic you one, that fucker that appeared.
Okay.
And that is a 17 to hit.
It casts shield.
Bitch. Okay.
You see as
I say that out loud.
This large, almost like shield of water shoots up and bounces your bolt back onto the ground, and it begins kind of just floating there in the water.
As I was swimming up, I was like loading the crossbow as I was swimming up, like bleeding in my little tiny shark bite shoulder. And I was like, oh, you bitch. And I'm just like reloading. God, we're swimming closer. I guess, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, that brings it to Talara. Seraphina, you're on deck after the sharks.
Yeah. So Talara sees this big old shark and was just like, it's just like in their head, like, I told you so. I fucking told you so. And can she, like the rocks and stuff on the bottom, is there a way to like that's a big boy. Can she like be in like a crevice where the sharky can't like swim down?
Yeah, kind of like right below, like right behind where you are, there is this like larger kind of crevice that you can swim down in, and the shark most likely won't be able to get you from there.
I still want to be able to, so I was here. I still want to be able to like see the other things. So like it's like, would this be?
The only really big kind of like crevice in the area that you're in would be right there.
Would be that one.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
these kind of shelves here of the trench kind of hang over. There is a little bit of space underneath of them that you can hide in, but it's big enough to where this shark could come by.
Okay. Then let me get the ruler out. That's too far. 15 feet really is not a lot. 15 feet's like nothing. She's going to use her full action and bonus action to move 30 feet.
Do you have an ability that gives you a bonus action movement?
Oh, wait, it'd be full dash action with that. That's what I mean. Can you dash action underwater?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. To get over by Marin.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I want to be in this like that crevicey, you know what I mean, space.
Yeah.
And that is can I put I had a circle out for the dancing lights.
Yeah, I just re-put it up.
Oh, okay. I'll leave it there because can she move it? I want to move it too, since I still have my bonus action. Because this bit it's still kind of lit up because of the plant life and stuff, right? Like dimly
light that spreads in like a 5-foot radius around those plants. It's any of these. Let me not get off of drawing. It's any of these green plants.
Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna move it. She's just like moving it further back so that they could see, sort of, if anything else was around, and then that's her turn.
Okay. Yeah. That brings it to the 3 other kind of like smaller sharks. They're going to go for Marin, Ether, and then Marin and Ether. Only one of them hits Ether for 3 points of piercing damage as it goes by and just chomps at you and then moves back upwards. You're holding your action, actually. What were you holding your action for, Ether?
For if someone... Sorry, if someone came in within range.
You can react to the shark that's in range.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna throw my rapier.
You're gonna throw
that
it?
One.
Okay.
I got that one.
Alrighty. You throw your rapier and it just goes kind of just in the water until it kind of goes and begins to sink down into the sand, kind of like 10 feet in front of you, missing the shark completely.
Ether doesn't even turn around to look at the others. They're just like, this is not happening.
That brings it to Seraphina. What are you doing with your turn? Vernon, you're on deck.
So Seraphina is going to go 40 feet towards the big shark. Big boy.
Okay.
Can you pull me there, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, not a drawing, please. No. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You can get right up next to Ether.
Perfect. And I am going to cast Magic Missile of my own at level 2. Sorry, level 3, not level 2. So that's 5 darts, and I'm going to add them all at the shark.
Okay.
And so these are a little bit different from Talara's magic missiles. So mine are like sunsetty colors and very like blazing, kind of. They're difficult to look at directly. So that's 3 points. That's 6 points. That's 10 points. That's 12 points. Total of 14 points of damage.
Alrighty, awesome. And what kind of damage is it?
It is force damage.
Okay. You see as they shoot into this and then dissipate upon impact. Doesn't seem to kind of phase this animated creature. Doesn't, not in like it didn't hurt it way, but in a like it doesn't realize that it can't be hurt, kind of a thing. But you see is one of its kind of like very necrotic, rotting eyes kind of just moves and looks at you specifically. That brings it up to Vernon. Torp is on deck. What are you doing?
Cool. So Vernon's gonna probably swim upwards a little bit so he won't, or move to the side a little bit so he won't hit either of them. And he's going to Eldritch Blast the big old sharky boy.
Okay, yeah.
And that will be, let's see if this will hit. Come on. God dang it. My rolls. That's a 6 plus 7. 13.
That exactly hits.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay. And then 1d10 force damage. 10?
Okay, awesome. Yeah. You see as this shoots out and impacts its side, you can almost hear like a snap of like actually sharks don't have bones. I lie. It's like it's cartilage. You can hear it kind of snap in that way. Doesn't seem to phase it too much. But that brings it unless you're doing anything else with your turn.
Kind of maybe moving more forward. So using the rest of my movement.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna move. I can move myself. It's okay. You can move on.
Alrighty, that brings it to Torp. He is kind of like looking around, seeing this huge shark. There's a spellcaster and then 2 different enemies. He is going to use his movement to get up next to this guy and use his attacks to try to kill it, and misses on all 3. I literally rolled 3 2s. He's like, oh fuck, and then kind of just like not in that accent, in his Australian accent, but you know, and he's actually going to use his action surge to attack, and hits on 2 of them.
Our captain, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone out between and in between.
He does, on those 2 attacks, he does pretty hefty damage and ends up slicing through after like getting really angry, slicing through this creature as it in its pieces begins to float up towards the surface and slowly sink back down. That is 1 creature down, or 2 creatures down, 6 to go. That brings it to Ether's turn. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna pick up my rapier.
Kristen, there's 3 sharks that are not visible at the moment. So I forgot to make them tokens.
If that guy died, are the sharks back to who they used to be? Was that the guy who was like, "Hey, sharks can help us"? Sharks still
That
attacking
was
us.
the 3 sharks. He was the one commanding the 3 sharks, but the spellcaster is still up.
Okay, so the 3 sharks are no longer like taking bites out of us.
From
Or
what
are they?
you can see, you don't know.
Okay, cool.
You can see they just went and one of them bit at Ether, and they're kind of like going back, and you can see that they were beginning to turn. You weren't sure what they're doing at the moment.
I'm gonna pick up my rapier and try that again, but not throwing it.
Okay. You would have to move around Seraphina to get your rapier, and you still have 5 feet of movement after that.
It's fine. Oh, probably have to go up right next to it.
That does not hit.
He's not having a good time.
You go and you try to go and slice through the skeleton of this shark, and you miss completely and go through where its ribs would be.
This is embarrassing.
That brings it to the other enemy's turns, which I forgot to do their turns last time, so we'll see. That one moves over this way. The spellcaster is going to move over this way. One dude is just going to go and use his action to come up here next to you guys, and then the spellcaster, what is she gonna do? You see as that magic begins to swirl again around this like coral mace, and then she points it over at Mariana, roll me a d4.
Why is it my fault if something happens? 2.
Okay. And points it at Torp.
If you kill the captain, I swear.
What does...
I think she's gonna kill the captain. Oh no.
Roll this damage.
Oh no, that was a lot of dice.
You see as these almost like barbs of coral shoot out from this mace and hit Torp for 19 points of radiant damage with a guiding bolt. He's still up, looks a little bloody, but you can see like the anger in his eyes kind of turn. That brings it to Marin's turn. She's going to go and swim up towards this guy here and attack the rapier at disadvantage. That sucks. That was an actual 20, but then I also rolled a 5. So it barely hits it. So it doesn't get a crit for 5 points of piercing damage with her rapier. That brings it to Mariana. Talara, you're on deck.
All right. I am going to swim over to this guy. Hold on, I need to show. It won't let me move myself. So I'm going to swim like right here. That's 15 feet. So I'm going to swim over to this guy. And because he's flanked, I'm going to attack him and use sneak attack if I hit him.
Okay. The roll has disadvantage.
Why is that disadvantage?
It's a melee attack.
But it's a short sword, which does not have disadvantage underwater per the underwater rules you showed us earlier.
You just like doggy paddle quietly over to behind him.
I thought you had a rapier.
Because she's underwater, and she probably knows that she's fought underwater before, that it wouldn't be that. She did not see either throw their rapier earlier.
And because you're flanked, you have advantage.
Yay! Okay. Well, that's good, because the first one was a 12. But the second one was an 18.
All right, go ahead and roll damage plus sneak attack.
Yay! So, damage for the short sword, that is 9 just for the short sword, and then 3d6. Oh my god! Okay. So 9 plus 12 plus 3, so 9 plus 15.
24.
24. And then, so I'm going to do 24 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does he? You gotta tell me if he dies, then I'll do my other thing. I don't know if he dies or not.
What you want to do your other thing?
Do I want to do my other thing right now?
Yeah.
I was gonna see if he died first. Does he die? Okay, cool. Well, okay. So, I do a little stabby on him, and I swim up, and I like basically pull out my short sword and stab him in the back, and I want to drag it down.
Mhm.
And then as it drags, and I pull the short sword out, life kind of pulls from him, and there's like a banshee like scream that's gonna shoot out at the other caster that's 30 feet away. And I'm going to do sneak attack and divide it by half, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the half number of sneak attack. Okay, I'll just roll you can't half 3. I'm just gonna roll 3 and divide it.
You can roll 2.
Roll 2. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And you roll your dice rounded up. So technically,
Wow.
it'd be 2.
You're right. I see that now. It's going to be 8 points of, I believe, necrotic damage.
Yeah. So you guys see Mariana swoop in, take this stab, and then scream out this like banshee like scream. It almost hurts your ears. You guys are underwater, so it muffles it a lot for you guys, but then this necrotic energy that's forming around the short sword shoots out and hits the shark.
Oh, I want to hit the caster, not the shark.
The
guy who's 30 feet away from me, 25 feet away.
Okay, yeah, and shoots out and hits the caster behind her. It almost begins to travel, and you can see like in this kind of like necrotic mist there looks to be like deformed kind of like faces that shoot out and then swarm it. But that is Mariana's turn. That brings it to Talara. What are you doing?
Did any of those thingies die at all?
After that blast, the one in the middle of all 4 of those guys got killed. Got.
Okay, just got slowly floating up. So, I asked you a question in the chat.
Both.
Okay, so she is going to... Big Sharky Boy's still there, right?
Mm-hmm. Big Sharky Boy's still there.
Big Shark, yeah. I mean, he's very there. I just want to make sure he's there.
Yeah.
And what about the little Sharkies?
There's one kind of close, kind of right there. There's another over here.
And the caster didn't die, though, right?
The caster has not died.
Okay. So then she'll hit the caster. Is there like blood around the caster in the back? Like, do they look like pretty injured, or
they don't
from
look pretty
banshee
injured.
screaming?
They have some wounds from previous hits.
Okay. I am going to then I am going to cast I'm gonna cast magic missile,
Okay.
but I'm gonna double the amount.
Okay.
So that'll be 6 of them at the caster. Or, yeah, 6 of them at the caster. So that's 7, 8. 7. 16 points of damage.
Alrighty, yeah. You guys watch as Talara again makes that those darts shoot out from her, and then they form and shoot out towards the caster. They impact pretty hard. The spellcaster begins to kind of stumble backwards, still up. But is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That is all.
Okay. You end your turn, and the shark, big boy shark, is gonna take his turn. Athena, what's your armor class right now?
Right now it's a 16. I think. Wait, hold on. So it's raised by intelligence?
Your intelligence modifier is 4.
So that's 19.
Okay, it still hits.
Damn it.
You take... You take 27 points of piercing damage as Everyone else kind of ducks below as it goes to swoop down, and it kind of chomps at you. Did you have all your hit points before?
I did.
Okay.
Thankfully. You said 27?
26. Yeah, it swoops down and chomps you, and actually drags you that feet away, and then
Seriously?
spits you out.
That's obnoxious. Okay, that's fine.
But that's the big shark's turn. The other three sharks haven't been commanded, so they're kind of just swimming around, kind of like circling the area. I don't know what they're gonna do. That brings it to Seraphina. What are you doing as you've kind of just been chomped on and dragged by this shark through the water?
If I move back to where I was, does that give the shark an opportunity of attack?
If you move exactly back to where you were, you'd still be within its range.
Oh, perfect. So let's do that. Except I'm moving like literally in between the three of them, Ether, Mariana, and Marin.
If you move in between them, where that creature was, it would get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, that's fine. Do it.
Okay.
Like literally up in there.
Now you don't have all your hit points.
I know.
I get advantage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's an ability. You don't have all your hit points. Shark gets advantage. And hits
Rude.
for another 20 points of piercing damage.
Shield.
Then yeah, you are no longer hit.
Jeez.
Yeah, that brings it back up to Vernon. What are you doing?
Wait, is that not my turn?
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, your turn. So your
Just
turn.
because I shielded.
Nope, I forgot that things were going on.
I don't like the sound of that.
No, well, continue with your turn.
Seraphina is going to cast invisibility at level 3. So that way she can cast it on 2 people that she can touch. And so she touches Mariana and Ether to make them invisible.
Okay, you do you go invisible as well, or just
I don't
those
think
two?
I can. I think I can only just do like 2.
Okay, yeah. You go out and you touch them, and then Marin's like, "What the fuck? Where did they go?" But that's your turn. That brings it to Vernon. What are you doing?
I'm an Eldritch Blast to Big Sharky Boy go bye-bye. Come on. Never mind. That's a 4. Plus 7. Yeah, no. That's 11.
That's not hit. Anything else you're doing with your turn? Movement, bonus action. Okay, that brings it to Torp. He's still mad at this spellcaster that just hit him and is gonna go right up and try to slice and dice. With all of his attacks. But they all still hit. Alrighty, you guys see and watch as Torp takes his 2 rapiers and begins slicing and dicing this person, the spellcaster, who's already pretty been hurt. But you see as they slice through, going through the shield spell that they put up in order to try to mitigate the attacks. Torp ends up slicing and dicing this fish-like creature pretty well, to the point where it is now floating and beginning to sink down. And you guys all watch as the shark that's kind of in between you guys begins to just plummet into the sand. And this big puff of sand just comes out from underneath of where all of the bones hit. You guys are kind of temporarily blinded until all the sand begins to settle again. And with that, you're out of initiative, and we're gonna go take our break there.
Woo! No one died.
And welcome back. We pick up as the party has just finished their first combat encounter. A dead shark skeleton has temporarily blinded the people in the immediate area, but the sand begins to filter down. What's everyone doing?
Claire is creeping behind Seraphina.
Seraphina does 3 things almost simultaneously. 1, she turns off her blade song. 2, she turns off invisibility so then she can see either coming. And then 3, she also sends message to Mariana and be like, dude, nice screeching.
Mariana is like wiping wet sand off of her invisible body. Because it's like, I imagine the sand pull up, we're invisible. It definitely shows us. And we're just like, so she's just watching Ether slowly creep up. And then when she hears that, she goes, yes. No. But I think she responds in message, I think, yeah, you were super cool with the gills and everything too. That was awesome.
Talara out loud is gonna be like, all right, I fucking told y'all so. I fucking told you so. Now can we like round this shit up or something and like find what we're looking for and go back before another big ass sharky boy comes for us, please? And she's gonna be moving the dancing lights around,
Okay.
let's find this thing, let's go.
And you see at this point, like, the other sharks that were kind of in the area have begun, like, eating the bodies of the fish people that have kind of just begun floating and kind of, like, sinking as they kind of go. There's a lot of areas in this, like, immediate area where it's, like, just pure, like, blue-green blood just spread out. But,
Gross.
but yeah.
Lovely.
Marin's gonna kind of swim kind of back towards this area. You guys can take the time that you guys want to explore the area, but she's gonna kind of swim back there to see what's at the very edge of this trench.
I'm heading forward too to kind of look at all these little metal bits that are in the water. It doesn't let me move myself, but I'm headed that way.
Okay, just point to where you're wanting to go.
Okay. Like this area. Oh. No, okay, hold on. I gotta pull up the ruler.
Are you like right here?
This area. Oh, hold on. Is it hiding? Oh, it's hiding. Yeah, there we go. Pink.
So you kind of just begin swimming over towards that area. What is Ether and Seraphina doing?
Ether is gonna go over, not Panview. Is gonna go and over here to investigate these canisters.
Okay.
Did we already look at the treasure chest that's by Torp? Or we didn't get that far yet, so.
There isn't a treasure chest by Torp.
Oh.
The big metal thing. It's just a big metal thing.
It's a huge, like, metal brass canister.
Vernon's definitely going over to investigate that as well.
Okay.
As I swim by, I'm gonna check on Torp because he got fucked up. So I'm gonna check on him as I'm going.
Yeah, I'm good. Gonna chug me some healing pots. Be good. So he takes out like 3 healing pots and just chugs them all at once.
I'm slowly wrapping up a shark wound.
And then Seraphina's gonna go over towards where Marin is and investigate with him.
Okay. Alrighty, if anyone is investigating, go ahead and roll some investigation checks for me, and let me know specifically what you're looking at once I get everyone's investigation rolls. What did Mariana get?
A natural 1.
Okay. You're kind of more concerned with the shark bite that's on your shoulder right now.
I got a natural 1 too.
Okay, seems about right.
You're also concerned about my shark bite?
I wasn't gonna say that. You're just like really, you're weirded out by being underwater and having to deal with all this.
Honestly, yeah, that very much fits.
Talara rolled an 8 to investigate.
Okay.
Sorry, a 9, because +1.
Okay.
With Marin.
Let me roll.
Oh, and I forgot to say she figured out she can swim.
Good
You
for
kind
her.
of, yeah, Marin, like, on the way down was kind of, like, teaching you, like, doggy paddle. That's,
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
easiest one you can learn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn to swim today. Oh my god, a giant shark!
Seraphina rolled an 11 for investigation.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what Marin's investigation is. Okay, she rolled a 17. And what did Ether roll?
11.
Okay.
The NPCs are carrying us.
Torp's just chugging healing potions until all of his wounds heal. But yeah, Marin, for the most part, is there anything specifically that Seraphina or Ether you're looking for? Because you guys have the second highest.
I'm looking at the canister and just seeing what the hell it is.
Okay, yeah, you guys kind of just begin to kind of like investigate you're investigating this canister. You're not sure exactly what it does, but you can see kind of right here there's some light, and on this side there are different kind of like what look to be like almost like very weirdly arcane light bulbs, which you know are very rare, especially after the Purians. A lot of that kind of technology was lost during the War of the Mad Kings. You're not sure why there's a ton of brass down here. You can see that there's kind of further up there's also some more different like brass kind of like vats kind of up closer to where Marin, Talara, and Seraphina are. You aren't sure as to what they could look for or what they could be. Seraphina, what are you looking for?
I'm looking at these like pipe-like things over here. So yeah, just trying to see if there's like treasure with them or if there's any sort of other clues.
Yeah, you kind of look over in kind of like the further more right area. The only thing that you find is a dead skeleton, like of a humanoid creature.
Solid.
Which you can see on the map there.
Perfect.
Marin's kind of swimming over towards this direction, kind of right underneath the dancing light, and kind of just trying to figure out something. Or trying to figure out what kind of piece together what these are. There's also broken glass kind of like in the sand. So she's kind of try to just like float above it as to not hurt herself. But you see she kind of like looks over to you, Talara. Come here, I think I found something.
Okay. Swimmy.
Yeah.
Dog paddle.
Yeah, you dog paddle up to her. It takes a little bit longer than she did to swim over there, but you look inside this like this almost vat in front of her. There looks to be like this weird kind of like looks to be like a circular sphere like kind of globe.
It's so. Is it just like it's inside of the vat? You're saying?
Yeah. So there's like a small little like what looks to be like a pedestal, and it's sitting on top of it.
She pokes it.
So you poke it. Doesn't do anything.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but I don't think you should be poking it until we determine
She's
whether or not it's
still
trapped.
Poking it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is there? And she's like swimming around, like where's this? And then she's like frustrated. She's like, where the fuck is this clue? And she's gonna message Barky. Be like, Barky, what are we looking for anyway? I know we're looking for a clue, but like, what are we looking for? I found a ball. I don't know.
Kristen?
Sorry, I locked my roommate out of the room by accident. So I missed like all of that. My bad.
Just start from the beginning.
So, wait, from the poking or from
Not
Barky?
from the poking,
I got
when
the
you
poking.
messaged.
Okay. So Talara is gonna message Barky, just like frustrated and like poking this thing, like, Barky, what the fuck? What are we looking for anyway? Like, we're looking for a clue. I don't know. I found a ball. I don't know. It doesn't do any. What the fuck are we looking for?
Don't exactly know. I'll be there in a second.
Okay. So you begin swimming forward. Marin at this point is kind of looking and is trying to shoo your hand away to look for traps. Doesn't seem to find any, but she does end up kind of like picking it up from the pedestal. And almost as she does, you can see like it like almost this orb kind of undulates. You can see like the metalwork kind of like coming out from the sphere, and you can see this bright white light in between. And then she goes to, like, drop it. And then as she drops it, you can see it, like, it moves and expands in such a way, and this bright radiant light shines out from it. You guys are all anyone in like a 10-foot radius is temporarily blinded from this.
What the fuck did you? What the fuck?
And then
You
once
told
the light dissipates, Marin's not there. And instead, there is a small box, like kind of floating and sinking down towards the ground.
It's a Pokeball!
The ball is no longer there.
It's a Pokebox!
And Vernon, you're kind of swimming up and you see this bright light kind of shine out. Everyone sees it, in fact, and kind of draws everyone's attention towards that. You guys see it shines out and then slowly dims. And Marin's no longer there.
Kalara is she's panicking.
There is Owen.
However, you can hyperventilate underwater with a breathing potion. She is hyperventilate, like
this water's going in and out of your lungs.
Yeah.
There's just like bubbles coming up.
She's going. Nope, she probably couldn't do anything right now. Like she's just freaking out. Where the fuck? Look, where'd she go? And just like in shock.
Ether is gonna put a like very light hand on her shoulder, very briefly, and then can I roll like investigation or arcana check? See what the hell is happening. Should be better at. I'll do investigation.
Okay. Roll that. What's everyone else doing?
Vernon is going to check out what the heck this box is. Would a history check suffice?
What do you mean a history check?
Like, if I look at the box, will I know if this is... No, that's not a history check. Never mind.
You swim up, you see Ether is kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. Talara is there kind of hyperventilating and underwater. And you pick up the box. It looks very similar to the one you already have. But it has different draconic runes on the top that that spell out the word giant.
I believe this is what we actually are looking for. Ooh.
Seraphina at that point swims up as well, and casts Identify on the box at this point to see.
Okay. You cast Identify on the box. It doesn't seem to have any magical meaning to it.
What the fuck? Okay.
I got a dirty 20 for investigation.
Okay. I'll message you. You guys continue your roleplay.
Well, I was gonna say, with Vernon. No, but I lost my train of thought. God dang it. I was gonna see if he knows the history behind these boxes, but I guess he might not.
Talara is continuing to panic, but is like, well, where'd she go? And she's like looking around and like doggy paddling around and like down to where like the box was, and
Vernon's just gonna place a hand on her shoulder and kind of like stop her from moving. We'll figure this out.
But where'd she go?
I don't know. This never happened before, so I'm not exactly sure.
Seraphina interrupts and says, before?
It's a similar box I have. That's where I got my first clue. It was already a box, but I found it.
What was in it?
Paper. Nothing to... Papers that lead to a clue, I would guess.
But what? How is the box and the orb and Marin gone? Like, what? Why is the box here and Marin is gone?
Well,
It's okay. She's not I
You,
think
mean,
it was some sort of teleportation spell. Looks like it might have teleported her somewhere.
Well, can I roll a history check to see if I know more about this box mechanics?
You don't know anything about the box mechanics. You got it off of a merchant in I believe it was Hellebore. You weren't sure.
Cool.
Can Seraphina cast Detect Magic and see if she can see any sort of like relevance?
Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. The only thing that shows any sort of magical effect is this kind of area over here, other than like the little pinpoints on the people around you.
Talara wants to. Who's holding the box now?
Vernon.
Talara is going to swim over, doggy paddle over to Vernon and like take the box and like try to like open it and like flip it around and stuff and like mess with it.
Yeah, you open the box. You see it on the top. It has 5 different like what look to be runes. You aren't. Do you speak Draconic?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You weren't sure what it says. But you open the box, and inside is this paper.
Does it look familiar at all?
Yes.
Okay.
It reminds you of a piece of paper you already have.
Yes. Okay. She doesn't give a shit about the paper, and she's like flipping the box around. She's like just
the only thing on the box, it looks to be like a sliding box that opens this way, has those draconic runes. Looks to be made of like a dark wood, or it's dark stained wood. But other than what is right there, there's nothing in it.
But why would I don't understand what's happening. Why did she? I was touching it.
She did ended up taking it from you and fiddled with it.
Yeah.
I think she might have
doesn't-
activated a spell. Let me have the box and the paper. I'll look into figuring out where
she
she
threw
went.
the paper. She just like threw the paper. It's probably just like floating or
Yeah, the
something.
paper is like just kind of floating in the water.
Brennan definitely grabs it and he's like, "We'll figure this out. Don't worry."
How is buoyancy in the water? like we're not fish, so we shouldn't just be able to sit in one space without floating up. Because we don't have air bladders.
You guys have water breathing potions, which basically they give you guys gills. So you guys are acting like fish at the moment.
So because of that
dissipates.
Because of that, we're also more mobile, right? Like that's
what we're more mobile. You can breathe underwater.
Well, because she wants to go like sit on the ground, but I don't know if because technically she wouldn't be able to do that.
I mean, you could definitely kind of like anchor yourself in with. You could definitely anchor yourself in between the rocks.
Yeah, we should be floating to the top.
Sorry. Yeah, you can definitely anchor yourself within either like the seaweed or the rocks to sit down.
Well, she just kind of stops then and just like doesn't move.
Vernon like wraps an arm around her and like kind of takes the box and I'm sure he has like a little bag that he brought with him. Puts that in the bag and then just kind of starts guiding her back to the ship.
You could put it in your bag and Torp takes it from you.
Well then. Did Vernon read the runes out loud, the draconic runes out loud?
No.
Okay. Seraphina's gonna does Seraphina notice that there are runes on the box?
You guys are all in the immediate area. You can see that there are runes on the box.
Okay, so Seraphina looks at Vernon then and she's like, Vernon, darling, you should tell us what is actually written on the box, since you say that it's so familiar to you?
I say it's familiar to me because of the other box I have, but just as giant, nothing too extravagant.
Is that
Paper
part of
inside
it?
is important.
Or is the paper more important than the runes themselves?
Oh, the paper's more important.
Yeah. I mean, the ruins are, yes, important, but paper, it's leading to a bigger clue. I need to find all of these pieces to figure out the map. Let's go before we get attacked again.
Well, the sharks here seem to be busy with their lunch, so I mean we could investigate more. Either any actual clues besides just the box.
We came, we got what we looked. We came, we got what
the
we
big
needed.
picture, but there's a little picture as well that we could be looking for.
Do what you wish. I'm taking Talara back.
That's fine. But the rest of you better stay down here and investigate until there's nothing else to investigate.
Mariana has been sitting like she did not approach any of that happening. Very quiet she's been, and then once it says she's just staring off at nothing for like a long time. She's not in her body right now, and then she looks back and she's gonna start investigating again.
Okay, roll another investigation check.
Not a natural. Dirty 20.
Okay. What are you specifically looking for?
I am looking for
Or at least the area that you're in. What area are you looking at?
I think I'm in the same place that I have. So this the broken thing on the ground below me, kind of, whatever that is, and just kind of look at that, and then at the air canister, since I'm just kind of in this, like, in this area.
Yeah, the first thing that you're kind of investigating, the little broken, looks to be like some sort of, there's a lot of arcane runes on it, you see, which interest you. You aren't sure what they mean, but it looks to be like some sort of, you've heard of teleportation circles? So it could be something similar to that, or it could be some sort of conjuration circle, you aren't sure. And then you go investigate the air canister. You really look in it, and kind of hidden by the seaweed on the back side of it, it looks to have like a hole in it, and it looks like inside it's just a lot of like sea life.
So it's been here for, I would say, probably a while.
Yeah. And I'll say based on that, you can kind of just see and kind of what you know of the ocean. It's probably been here for a few centuries.
Okay. Would the circle that's on the ground also have similar weathering that I would say would be here around that same amount of time, or do I? So okay, so I probably say these are both from the same thing.
Yeah, you can assume.
Okay. I will probably call Seraphina over to ask Seraphina, do you know what this says at the runes?
Can I read said runes?
Yeah, you can read the runes. You are proficient in arcane language.
Yeah, that's
Part of it is missing, because it's broken, but it does looks to be a teleportation circle. But it's not like your traditional one in which it would teleport a person. It looks like it teleports a place.
She realized that to Mariana. There's some. I can't be certain on this translation just because part of it is missing, but it's looking like it transports things, but not things or people, but it's places.
Do you think
Has Seraphina heard of anything like that?
In your studies, no.
Okay. This is something I'm honestly unfamiliar with. Does it
Actually,
ring any
make an
bells?
Arcana check for me.
Just kidding, hold please.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to make any kind of check from the people that I've interacted with would know anything? Or if I've heard stories or anything?
You can make either a history or arcana check with disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a 15 for
Okay.
And are you doing history or arcana?
I am gonna do. Yeah, well, either way, it's a 13. I think she's wanting to do history because she doesn't know much about magic.
Okay. People you interact with don't know too much about magic. The little bit that you've interacted with was people at magic shops, but they wouldn't have gone in depth about any sort of teleportation circles. Based on what you see here, the arcane runes, Seraphina, seem to be of like an ancient arcane language, so that's why you're also having trouble translating it.
Okay. Yeah, this is something way older than what I'm used to researching.
So you can assume, based on that information, it's probably from either the discovery of arcane era, which was before the Periants, or any time in between that and when the Periants actually happened, which was like the big calamity event after the Siege of the Black Hand and the War of the Mad Kings.
You know who's proficient in this stuff?
Yeah, well, you've already swam up back to the ship,
Yeah,
so
you're swimming up with Delara.
These have been down here for thousands of years, probably, from what I can see from the age. Do you think the teleportation could have anything to do with what happened to Marin?
it's possible, but I don't think so just because of its nature of transporting places. I mean,
What you know, Seraphina, of like mages during that time, which isn't too much, but you knew that they were tricksy and wanted to keep their magic hidden or their things hidden.
would it be possible for us to, for even me, to try and rebuild?
There's a good portion of this circle that is like disintegrated.
Okay.
You would have to have like a really powerful spell to redo it.
Okay. I mean, it's possible, but I think this was really just to make sure that like mages kept their powers hidden. I don't know if it has anything to do with Marin.
And Mariana silently turns away a little bit and is going to look at the area where Talara and Marin were like investigating. And the kind of globe thing that they were looking at, is that gone as well? Did the thing come out of it, or?
The globe is gone. The only thing that remains would be the box and the paper that Torp now has in his possession, and then the pedestal that was holding the orb.
Okay. I want to look at kind of the pedestal and kind of like around that area to see if I can connect that all of this came here together, basically. Like it's all connected.
Okay, yeah. Just roll me an investigation check.
Sorry, I don't know investigation. 10.
Based on kind of what you see here, it all looks to be either similar make. You do notice what you did see on like the bigger air canister with the vents on the top. There was, and as well as the pedestal, there is a symbol of what looks to be like an eye, as well as 8 different stalks that come out of it.
Okay. So not the ire.
No, not the eye. It's not the ire symbol.
Okay.
Reminiscent, but not that.
And I don't recognize the symbol at all, so I would say it's probably not like a thieves' camp thing.
No, it's not Thieves' Camp.
I'm gonna silently swim back over to Seraphina and then just tug on her a little bit and then swim back over to where I'm at. Let me know.
Okay.
And be like, okay, now do you recognize this? And it's basically like when you're in a foreign country with your friend and your friend speaks a language but you don't, and you're like, so what does this say? So what does this say?
You don't recognize
Seraphina
the symbol.
recognize that specifically. Dang it. That I don't recognize that either. And Seraphina turns to go to Torp and be like, "Dearest Captain, might I be able to see the piece of paper that was in the box?
What are you gonna do with it?
Just see if there's any clues with it
Okay.
that might be anywhere else
Sure.
in this area."
He hands you the paper.
Do I get the paper? What does it say?
The paper has what looks to be like, for a majority of the paper, has drawn flames on it, as well as there seems to be a line that points up to 3 draconic runes. Do you speak draconic?
I do not. Dang it, Vernon. And I feel like Seraphina would know that Vernon does speak draconic.
Oh yeah,
You know,
would know
because
that.
of things.
Things.
So she looks at it, and I would say she probably like between the two of them, like she's probably seen what draconic runes looks like. She just can't decipher what they are. So she gives the paper back to Torp, and she tells him, you know, honestly, we might not have much more luck down here investigating. The paper seems to have draconic runes on them, and unless anyone else down here can decipher that, Vernon is kind of the only option that we have.
I suppose.
I'm swimming over to the shipwreck.
Okay. You swim over the shipwreck. That paper should now be able to be available to all of you guys. Let me know if it's not. You swim over to the shipwreck. What are you doing over there?
I would like to just kind of the same thing I've been doing, investigate the shipwreck, see if there's anything of value on it or anything that hasn't been lost to sea. And again, just with her knowledge of what things look like when they've been underwater for a long time, just trying to see if it would also be connected or if it's just something else.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Investigate. Finally, something decent. 18.
Okay, yeah. You go through what appears to be the shipwreck. Looks to be here of maybe like 50 or so years. It's very recent. You do kind of notice with that investigation check, there looks to be like bites taken out of the like actual shipwreck, and you do remember that's kind of in the area where the like giant skeleton shark was like kind of animated. But you can assume kind of just based on that it's probably what took the ship down. As for kind of any sort of loot, you're kind of looking through, and you do find like a room with a door, but it seems to be locked.
I would like to pick that lock, please.
Okay, make a lock picking check.
Yay. Okay. And again, sorry, I'm so used to this. So that's dexterity plus my proficiency with thieves' tools, right?
Correct.
Cool. So I add 24.
Okay. Yeah. You unlock it, and you open the door, and it seems like part of this room wasn't like filled with water, but as soon as you open the door, it quickly fills and rushes in, and you kind of are almost swept in with that, and you kind of sweep into the room itself. Let me just get the Alrighty. So you go in, and you see that this room looks to have been some sort of like smaller kind of like quarters. There is like a cot that's kind of like floating up in the like very up towards the ceiling. There does looks like a treasure chest as well.
I go to the treasure chest.
Okay, you go to the treasure chest. You do anything?
I unlock the treasure chest.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna get fucked by this. But
I'm sorry, Constitution.
Constitution, okay. Not great. I was like, Marielle's gonna go off on her own, and she's gonna get fucked up, because this is what happens to rogues. Constitution saving throw would be... That's a solid 8.
Okay. You go and try to unlock it, and you feel this like burst of like what seems to be like what would be gas, but is now turned into like a liquid form almost, and kind of swarms around you, and you begin to feel your muscles tense. You are considered paralyzed. And you kind of just begin kind of just floating and sinking towards the side.
I don't think I told anyone where I was going.
I mean, people saw you swimming up that way, but what is Talara and Vernon doing as you guys are swimming up towards the ship?
I actually had a really good idea. Can I do something really quick?
Mhm.
So I remembered, okay, so it would take a tiny little retcon though, but it would make sense that Talara would have used telepathic speech with Marin.
Okay, you're trying to like reach out to her?
Yes.
I mean, that would make sense that if, like, once you calm down as we're trying to go back, that you realize that you can do it, and...
Yeah. As Vernon kind of just begins kind of trying, like, is beginning to, like, swim you up towards where kind of, like, a ship is, which is, like, an hour's journey, a little bit more, you kind of realize that, oh, I can perhaps maybe try to reach her. What do you say?
She stops literally where she is and is like, wait, Vernon, wait, okay, and she is just gonna say her name, just Marin.
Okay. You reach out with your mind, trying to find her, to speak with her, and you cannot find her.
She's just gonna keep basically just like saying her name over and over again, like every couple seconds in her head until the spell ends.
Yeah. You continue kind of moving forward with Vernon, trying to like see if any sort of distance will make anything. You are never able to reach her.
Okay.
How
long have we been down here? Do we need to take more water breathing potions?
You would assume probably pretty quickly you need to.
Well,
you're paralyzed, so.
What's up, squad?
I'm gonna say simultaneously while Mariana was like going towards the shipwreck, Seraphina saw her going that way, but Seraphina wanted to investigate this top left part. I don't know. It looks like it might be bones, but it looks like it also could be like just something that's just covered with sand in different parts.
What area?
I don't know how to mark it. So like the marker currently has Mariana at the little the teleportation thing. So like up left, yes, right there.
Right there.
Okay.
I think
you kind of go up there. You look around. It looks like the only things kind of around here are like different little like fish bones. There's some seashells, and it's mostly just that circular area there is just a school of fish kind of just swimming around.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I thought it was bones. Okay, that makes more sense. Then Seraphina's gonna go down towards the ship and check on Mariana.
It's probably about 5 minutes after she went in. But you guys go over that way. You guys see it's pretty desolate here. It's been taken over by sea life. But you do see that there's an open room, like kind of down towards the back. You kind of just see like something kind of floating there.
There's booking it.
Yep.
You swim over and you see Mariana, like her hair is all kind of like wisping in the water. She has her thieves' tools in her hands, and it's just like kind of like slowly floating, kind of like knocking into the furniture and walls as the water kind of like sways.
What you doing there, Mariana?
You can't talk.
I think they just like take a couple seconds and they're like, oh shit, realizing she can't talk.
Message can go through, right? Because it's not like a physical thing. Seraphina messages Mariana. Is this a byproduct of a trap?
Listen. I was investigating and I saw a treasure chest and I wanted treasure. Please don't tell anyone about this, but also, I don't know, slap me or something?
I don't know if slapping's going to help. Do you have one of the aquatic potions on you?
You grabbed 3.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm more worried about the fact that I'm oh, that's the ceiling. Oh, okay, yeah.
Serafina says out loud, Ether, dear, get one of the potions from her so she doesn't drown. And don't touch the chest. And try and guide her out.
Ether kind of wants to touch the chest, but is like, I'm not gonna do that.
Is the chest open now, or is it still closed?
Still closed.
Ether considers it, but goes to Mariana, takes one of the potions, and kind of like guides her back down to the ground, and is like holding on to her arm so she doesn't float back up again.
Takes a while to force the potion out of her like locked jaw. But, you know,
sleight of hand to open the mouth.
It's you do as like you're like trying to like open the jaw enough to where you can get the potion to go through. You hear like a crack.
They just go, I'm so sorry.
And while Ether's taking care of Mariana, Serafina's gonna use an arcane recovery to recover a spell slot, a second level spell slot.
You spend an hour down here? That is part of a short rest ability.
We've been here for like an hour, haven't we?
But you've been investigating.
That's true. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. Dang.
Okay, I have a dumb idea. In my defense, I have a +6 to Constitution saving throws. So Ether is just kind of like to find some way to like put Mariana down.
Yeah, you can anchor her with like some seaweed that's
a
around.
rope
You
or
rip it
something.
off and kind of just anchor like her feet to.
Serafina
like,
casts Mage Hand to take over. To just
Okay.
Ether's just like
I don't
looking
like
at,
this.
Okay.
Ether's just like looking at Mariana, the chest. Mariana, chest, Mariana, chest.
I mean, to be
Chest.
fair, Serafina's doing the same thing, so.
They're really fucking curious about this. They're going to go and they're gonna try. I guess they're gonna take Mariana's thieves tools and like, can I borrow these? Thank you. And it's gonna go and open the chest.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw as well as Serafina.
Wait, why Serafina?
It's a ranged effect.
Guys,
It is
this
a
is the part of
cone.
this is the part of the movie that you open in on, and it's Mariana going, "Yep, you're probably wondering how I got here," and then the two bodies float next to her, and she's just like,
That's actually not bad. Constitution saving.
"Corp is gonna walk in on all of us."
That's a 22.
Okay.
I also got a 22.
You guys are fine. You kind of like you can barely feel your muscles begin to tense before you kind of like it kind of like dissipates around you.
I am bitter.
They're just gonna look at Mariana and they're just like, that took you out?
Can I try to resist whatever's happening to me?
Nope.
Damn, how long? Okay.
You don't know how long. It's been 15 minutes so far.
So can we open the chest now that we've
Either
into it?
make a thieves tool check, which is dexterity, and then if you are proficient in it, add your proficiency modifier.
Don't think so.
It would be under your tools and proficiency page, but I will double check.
Okay.
If you want to make that roll.
I am. Okay.
Oh, you are. Yes.
Oh, Dex plus proficiency.
Yes.
plus the roll?
Oh wait, let me look at it. You actually have expertise, so it's +5.
Nice.
Remember we did a little switcheroo kind of a thing?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Dex +5 plus the roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's the roll plus your dex modifier +5.
Alright, that's 15.
Okay,
Oh, ouch.
you go and you barely, you feel the tumblers moving, you barely get it unlocked, but it, like, just opens slightly.
Phew.
Has to glance at Mariana. Opens the chest.
Okay, mostly what's in here is ingots of gold, silver, and brass. And then you also see there looks to be what looks to be like almost like a little feather, like a stone feather. There is also what looks to be like a pouch of some sort.
Ether's gonna open the pouch.
Okay, you open the pouch. It looks to be like a bunch of different little gems. And some what looks to be either silver or platinum coins.
I don't know if it'd be like nature or history or like some check to see if I can identify the gemstones.
It'd be
In
history.
case they're important.
But you'd have advantage on this roll.
Okay. Uh, 18.
Yeah. So you look through. You can easily identify them. There's sapphire. There's ruby. There's emerald. There looks to be like even some amber pieces as well. And then there is like a small little chunk of what is it called? Let me look at it real quick. Come on, load, please. A small, like a very, very small chunk of the orchid laparine.
Seraphina's like looking over Ether's shoulder as they're opening the pouch, and she just takes out that orchid laprine piece.
Okay.
Yeah, overall here you probably have about 50 platinum pieces. And then there is 10 ingots of gold, there is 12 silver ingots, then there are 3 brass ingots.
The 50 platinum coins.
Which is the equivalent of 500 gold pieces.
Jesus Christ. And then 10 gold, 10 silver, and 3 bronze?
3 brass.
Yes. Okay.
Which weighs you down significantly should you take them all.
Do I still have levitate on though?
How
Or
long
has it been like an
last?
hour? I think an hour.
At this point, it's been like maybe 45 minutes, and you have an hour's trek to the ship.
You cast it again.
Can't. It's a racial ability. Unless we take a long rest down here, which I don't think we're gonna do.
Ooh, run out of air.
It would make you faster for 15 minutes of the thing, and then slower for the rest, or you could like distribute it between the people that are still down here.
Just walk on the sea floor the entire way back. Ether doesn't really know what to do, so they're gonna take it to Torp and run it by him and see what he thinks that they should do with it. Is taking Mariana.
What the fuck happened to you?
This is Rhea holding 47 all over again, I feel like. From like the beginning of our season.
Seraphina's got Mariana with the mage hand.
Mage hand cannot hold that amount of weight.
Oh.
How dare you?
It can't hold more than 5 pounds!
You don't know how much.
But we're in water.
Still weighs something. More than 5 pounds.
Slowly start going.
Just, like,
Along with all of her weapons and
And
stuff.
it's 10 pounds, technically.
10 pounds.
So she's just using mage hand to kind of like push Mariana forward.
I'll allow that.
She does a flip. She's like just
anytime
she's not
about
maybe
to
she does a
the
flip.
mage hand just like pushes her like to be like looking. What the fuck happened to the Banshee?
Sprung a trap.
What the
That's all. It's no big deal.
How many times do I have to say, especially with my traps, to look for traps?
Look,
Can you not get killed via trap, please?
she's not dead. It's fine.
She
We
seems to be
probably-
paralysis. You know.
We should probably go back up to the surface soon.
Okay, what are we gonna do with those ingots there?
I was gonna ask you that.
Great. That's something I did not plan to find down here. Did not bring anything that could carry that. I mean, we could distribute it amongst the rest of us. I don't know how we're gonna get her up.
We can just push her. It's fine.
Okay, so it'll take like another hour. I really hope you guys brought enough potions.
Can someone message me, please? Can you message me again, please?
I messaged Mariana.
What do you say?
Are you hanging in there?
Just leave me. I'll come after a while.
We don't know how long this, whatever this is, will last.
I'll leave me with Ether. Ether doesn't need to breathe.
I feel like we probably shouldn't split up more than we already have.
Just put some gold in my pockets and go, please. I'm very embarrassed right now.
Well, I mean, I haven't said anything as to what sprang the trap. It's fine. It's fine.
I appreciate that. The amount of traps I've sprung, I'm amazed Torp hasn't slapped me in the face right now.
I mean, that he might be waiting until we get up on land. You never know.
True. Can I have my thieves' tools back, please?
Ethidia, will you please give her back her thieves' tools?
Oh, shit. Yeah. And gives them back to her.
You just put them in my hands. Okay, just
Seraphina-
look at them back. Cool.
Seraphina takes them back out of her hands and puts them in her pockets.
Oh, sorry.
Don't want to lose those.
Whee!
But I can take her. I can give her my extra potions because I don't need to breathe. We can just make the
You
trip
don't need to
ourselves.
breathe?
I don't need to breathe.
Okay. Fun fact about you.
That's fine because I don't necessarily need the potions either, so we're fine.
Okay, cool. Then let's get going. Gotta figure out what to tell the crew, because one of our crew members has just vanished. Cool. Let's go. And
We'll
just
leave
kind of
that to you.
begins swimming up.
So did we divvy the gold and stuff?
Yeah, you guys would have divvied the gold and make it kind of even weight-wise. Yeah, you guys are moving at like a quarter speed now because you have to bring Mariana until about like halfway through your journey when the paralysis stops. It was an hour.
Fuck.
Before there's water breathing potion wears off, there's gonna be like, if it makes you feel better, I off my rapier in middle of the battle. So
Put my hand on their shoulder and I go, that actually does make me feel a little bit better.
That doesn't make me feel any better about your abilities.
Oh,
We're all
my-
swimming up together.
My arms are so tired. Okay, I've been stuck in that position for such a long time.
I mean,
Stretch
I would
out.
have broken your arms to like, get him out of that position, but I feel like that would have hit more.
No, you're good. It feels like Ether almost broke my jaw. Ah,
Dude,
so
What the
sorry.
fuck did you do that for? How's she gonna
gave him a
scream at our
potion.
enemies now?
I gave them a potion.
Why?
You need to breathe.
She doesn't need to breathe either.
you didn't need to do that, honestly. We're good. And I just start swimming.
What?
Torp just follows Mariana.
Everyone just starts swimming.
Vernon and Talara, you guys are like maybe 45 minutes ahead of them. So you guys, by the time they're like 15 minutes into their journey, you guys are close to the surface of the water. You notice where there's like that station saber. You can see like the anchor is down there as well. But you guys do also see what looks to be another like bottom of a boat, probably about 300 feet off.
Oh, that's not good.
What do you guys do?
So we're how far away from our ship? Like,
You guys are like underneath of it. You guys are swimming up towards the surface.
okay.
Like you guys are like kind of holding onto the anchor, pulling up towards it, so you don't like use too much energy. But you can see like 300, maybe 400, 500 feet off, there looks to be another like bottom of a boat, and it's kind of swimming away.
Vernon's using his sending stone that he gave to Seraphina. And he's going to be like, "Issue, ship departing? Not ours."
I'm gonna. Sorry.
Okay. You don't have your sending stone out right now, Seraphina, so you don't hear the immediate message.
Dang it.
I mean, it's in my pocket, so I wouldn't be able to. You have to be focused on it to be able to get the message.
I mean, at this point in your journey, you're kind of focused on carrying Mariana up, because in this point of the journey, she's still under paralysis.
Okay, that's fair. With sending stones, is it like a voicemail kind of a thing? Where like
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll get to that eventually.
Does it vibrate in her pocket?
No. No. Absolutely
Can I?
not.
I want to roll a perception check with disadvantage to see if Talara is paying attention enough to see the ship. You know what I mean?
With your passive perception, you see it.
But she's so out of it, though. That's what I mean.
I'm saying that, like, no matter
She
what,
sees
you would see it.
Okay. Oh, it's that close? I thought it was like in the. I guess in an empty ocean. That's really not. There's.
500 feet isn't that far.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. What? Why? That wasn't there before, right?
No, I don't think that's our ship yet either.
I mean, I feel like you would know your ship.
Exactly. It's none of ours. We need to. I hope the crew wasn't attacked. Oh gosh.
And as you say those words.
I'm
kidding.
I was about to
God dang it!
Who would be left on the ship?
Dell is the first mate who would be left on the ship. Four Fingers, Froggy,
I was just other Four Fingers.
Crabs.
She is going to try to message Dell first.
Okay. Make an Arcana
and okay.
I don't like those words.
I know.
I've asked for an Arcana check every time someone's done a message spell that they can't see the person.
Oh.
Just to see who they hit.
It's
that's a 12.
Okay, you, what do you say?
Dell, are you there?
This is Ruth Four Fingers. How can I help?
Are you Ruth? Okay, well, at least I got someone. Is everything okay up there?
I mean, you should be able to see. Everything's fine.
Is that her normal personality?
Yeah.
Okay. But what is that other boat, though?
What other boat? You're coming to me in a dream, aren't you?
She's gonna try somebody else.
Okay.
That's an 11.
You hit Froggy next. How can I help? Yeah.
What's going on up there? Well, there's another boat. Is everything okay?
Yeah, there's another boat. Looks to be a boat. The pirate ship. I don't know. What the flag is. I can't see from here. I don't have a spyglass. I could go ask Dell if she's seen it.
But it's leaving.
Yeah, I mean, we have cannons ready just in case it tries anything. I don't know. They didn't give us a warning shot. We didn't give them a warning shot. I think we good.
Oh,
I mean, are you with Torp?
No.
Where the fuck's Torp?
I don't know right now. So we're good
great.
to. Yeah. So me and Vernon are just underneath, but we saw another ship and wanted to make sure y'all all weren't dead and that we weren't
in the middle
gonna
of that message. It just cuts
dead.
off because he goes out of range.
Okay. I
love Froggy.
Barky, I got Froggy. I guess it's just a passing ship, just randomly in the middle of a massive ocean.
Not uncommon, but
Yeah, but well, I wouldn't know. They're there, and at least Froggy seems to be okay. I don't know what's wrong with Ruth, but she seems
everything's wrong with Ruth.
Okay, that's what I gathered. Okay, I think we're good to go up.
Yeah, I'll help you out. Let's go.
Okay. You guys swim to the surface of the water. You guys do see as you like break the surface, it's like nearing like kind of like dusk at this point. You guys you see the ship, and just as kind of like you are like floating in the water, going towards like where the ladder is put down, you do see like a burst of light come from that ship towards the saber. Where are my d12s?
Oh, cowabunga!
Cowabunga.
We gonna get wrecked. We getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. the crew.
You watch as this cannonball flies from that ship to the saber and impacts the starboard side of the ship, and just you guys are kind of like right below the starboard side, and you guys see just wood splatter and splinter out as it hits the water, and the cannon goes into the ship. And that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
No!
They come back and everyone's just dead.
Thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Portent Kast. We'll see you next week, and may the dice guide you to beautiful friendships.